Don't whoop whoop me, babe. I made a mess. I fucked some of your shit up. I tried cleaning it, but we all know I suck. So, we all know I suck. Okay, where am I at now? Okay, here's where we are.
おお、戻ったのか。
There we go. Yo, 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 yo. I was trying to remember where we were. In the grand scheme of all the things that are this. Okay. Oh. Dude. I saw my offline image and it's so pretty. A mock-up of my offline image. It's muy bonito. No, 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 no. This is an older game that's redone. Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. It's an older game that's redone. So what happened is Sky 1 and 2 came out in the United States. Sky 3rd did not. Zero and Azure, which are these next two games, did not come out in the United States. They were Japan only. And then Cold Steel came out in the United States. So we literally, from what we had, was Sky 1 and 2, and then right to Cold Steel 1 through 4. And they brought 3rd over on PC. That was fun. So they brought 3rd over on PC. And then so now the only one that we did not have the only 2 we did not have stateside were Zero and Azure, all the way up to Cold Steel 4. We still had not gotten Zero and Azure, which is the Crossbell series, which is what this is. But things in Cold Steel 3 happen, and you go to Crossbell, and they expect you to know what's in Azure and Zero. And so you kind of get some of the game spoiled for you by playing it the way it was technically released in the United States. You get it spoiled because if you play Cold Steel 3 before you play Zero and Azure, you get the whole entire plot spoiled. It's fucking fabulous, right? So that's like the downside of the series, right? Is that if you jump in the series at one point before playing other points, you could potentially have the whole entire plot of the game spoiled. Frankly, my memory sucks, and although I remember what happened in Cold Steel 3, I don't remember every freaking detail. So I'm awesome like that, and I can play a game and have a completely blind experience, which is what this is. So, yay! So this is a remaster of Zero, and then Azure is going to come out, and then we're finally going to get the clusterfuck known as Reverie, which that game made me love a certain character, and I only played up into a certain point because I was like, you know what, I'm not immersed in this, having to use like the overlay and all that type of stuff. Like I wasn't immersed in it like I am when it's English and it's in game and it's beautiful and it's presented this way. I'm not as immersed. So I stopped playing Reverie. I could pick it up at any point, but I stopped playing Reverie. But Reverie is going to come this way, and Reverie made a most hated character turn into an awesome character, and that is fabulous. Just the amount that they can be like, whoosh, character changes. It's fabulous. Something seems off about the music. Anyone else? Like, does it seem like it's like struggling to keep, like it's peaking out and it's like, I don't know. I've noticed that a couple times, but anyway. Interesting. So, when did Azure come out? Or Zero come out? Technically. Okay. Zero no Kaseki in Japan came out in 2010. And it took 12 years for it to come over this way. All because fans translated it and people got fucking pissed. Wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. Because Falcom is a bunch of babies. And Falcom does not like people translating their own shit and then releasing overlays. In fact, they got a cease and desist letter. The Geofront website got a cease and and desist letter. Yep. So this game at one point had a really nice overlay, just like Reverie. Like when I was playing Reverie and I had, like I had the English overlay. Well, now there's a full-blown English patch, which you can't get anymore because they got a cease and desist letter. Something about it impacting the sales of both zero, like, yeah. They got legal action taken against them, and it is a fan translation. It is because the Kiseki fans are fucking nutcases. I have no other words, but they are batshit crazy about this series, and if Falcom would even recognize that, they would not make the people who love this series wait 3 fucking years for their next goddamn game. I might be a little worked up because my computer was giving me issues, and I might be dropping a lot more F-bombs than I normally do. Sorry. But yeah, so what ends up happening is Falcom has fun bombs, exactly. Falcom and Nippon Ichi Software and IS America sent cease and desist letters to the Geofront because they were actively translating Reverie and Kuro and they were actively translating Reverie and Kuro. And there was an overlay for Kuro released, and I doubt we're going to see a patch because of the cease and desist letters. And I guarantee they will not be translating Kuro 2 because, again, of the cease and desist letters. So we are now once again, 3 games behind because Falcom won't pull it out of their ass to translate the series that has so many crazed fans translating it them damn selves. Falcom has so many fans, and the fans be so dedicated that they translate the whole entire game themselves. And the Geofront is not a whole bunch of people. The Geofront was, I think, max 15 people translating hundreds of thousands of lines in this game. For funsies. For giggles and ha-has. Because they love this series. And Falcom and Nippon Ichi Software America sent them cease and desist letters. Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah, the fans of this series are so they love the series. The story is god tier. The twists and turns, the character development, the battle system, everything about this game is Final Fantasy tier if Falcom would pull their head out of their ass and not let the West be 3 games behind. This series could very easily compete with Final Fantasy. The only reason why Final Fantasy is quote-unquote easier is because it does not have the so far 9-game detailed storyline plot that all intertwines and gets really difficult to get into the more games come out and the deeper and far back you go, because it is literally hundreds of hours to get caught up. I mean, I breezed through Sky, and that still took me 60 hours. And so you do 60, 60, 60, 180. 180 hours just on Sky. Now we have Zero and Azure, which I have no idea how long these take. I've heard 100 hours, 80 hours, I think. They got a little longer. So there's another 160 hours. But then you have Cold Steel. And Cold Steel is 100 plus hours per game. There's 400 hours. So you're talking 160, 160, and 400. That is what makes this game so difficult to get into, and you would have had to have been a fan because that initial time suck of 720 hours to get caught up to where the games are in the United States, yeah, that sucks. 720 hours of story to get caught up. Now you can, and the worst part is, okay, Final Fantasy side quests, they may or may not be important, right? They may or may not be important to the main story. Side quests in this game? Oh, it's gonna come back to haunt you 3 games later. Trust. So, side quests not mandatory, but you're gonna wish you did it because we're gonna reference it 3 games later. How are we supposed to? I told you to stop the investigation. Would you follow orders? What? The Mafia being involved in this case already overcomplicates things. As your supervisor, the most logical step for me is to order you to close the case immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. So, yes. Yes. Play with a spoiler-free guide. My recommendation. Because then you're not missing anything. Because there are definitely side quests in Sky 1 that come back in Cold Steel. Like Cold Steel 3 and stuff. Yep. And they reference it. Oh yeah, they reference it. Side content in Sky the Third comes to play in these games. If you never open Star Door 15 in Sky the Third, you don't know the full story behind what's going to be revealed in this game. And I only know it's going to get revealed because I know things. And because I already know things, I already know who people are, and I already want to punt them off the tallest building. So that's what makes Sky so difficult. Like, this game is so difficult and could grow a much larger fan base if the stories were disconnected like Final Fantasy. If each individual game was this nice, complete, with a bow, here's your story. Next game, here's a complete package. Here you go. Now, obviously, there is things like Final Fantasy VII where there were plot holes and they're remaking it and it's going to be 3 games, or Final Fantasy XIII where there were 3 games and those stories are kind of intertwined, or, you know, 10-2 where 10 and 10-2 where they're not really the same thing, but they are the same thing because they're in the same universe, kind of like how the Ivalice world in Final Fantasy is connected versus the Crystal world, which is connected. They're connected, but their stories do not build on every little thing in the game, whereas this series is that way. So Final Fantasy, easier to get into because you can pick up Final Fantasy 15 and it is a complete game. Here you go. I'm gonna guess you're gonna be able to pick up Final Fantasy 16 and it's a complete thing. Here you go. There's gonna be DLC, of course there is, because why not? But 16 in itself, in an entity of the whole, is an experience. Whereas this game, you just get breadcrumbs thrown at you every now and then. And you just keep getting breadcrumbs thrown. And you get more questions than you get answers. And they just keep chucking breadcrumbs at you. It's how this game works. No, I would not follow order. If we gave up now, it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Randy's right, especially after learning as much as we have. I agree as well. Well, suppose a few naive kids slipped up and got yourselves hurt on my watch. I'd have a hard time sleeping at night. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusted consultant of mine. Consultant? He's smoking. Handed a business card over to Lloyd. Grimwood Law Office. Something about that name rings a bell. Located on West Street. Run by a lawyer named Ian. Big bearded guy. Oh, near the bakery, right? I remember talking to him a couple times when I lived in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwold mainly provides legal consultation to corporations and other businesses, right? Though I believe he offers his services to ordinary citizens too. That's right, between the beard and his build, the guy almost looks like a bear, so people have started calling him Grizzly Grim. I'm sure he's got loads of info on the Mafia. Who knows? Might even have new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That's quite impressive. What kind of guy is this lawyer? You'll find out when you meet him. I've spoken with him previously about SSS-related matters. He'll at least hear you out if you tell him you're with the Special Support Section. I figure if nothing else, this will be a good opportunity for you to go and introduce yourselves. Understood. We'll check with him. West Street is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying the law office a visit? Let's go! Pew! Speed mode! Handy Dandy Randy or Landy needs a slot open, but I can't open anything yet. Go, Tio, go! Tio Tot! Hey, look! It's the jerk kids we saved. That said something about Arios and... The Grimwald Law Office. I believe this is the place. Okay. I've seen its owner in around the neighborhood before. No idea he was such a prestigious lawyer then.
しかし君たちの少しは市民の気持ちと市民の人気取りがそれでは失礼します。お前たちは
Man in glasses. Who dis? He has glasses. He must be evil. Anime logic. Is something the matter? I see. So you're those pups that Sergei decided to adopt. Come again? Hold on, that badge. You work for the CPD too. Who I am isn't important to you. Imagine you're here to speak to Mr. Grimwood about something. Whatever it is, I hope you don't intend on wasting his time. Unlike you rookies, he's a busy man. Also, hi. Anime logic, though. Wears glasses. Must be evil. That's how it works in Neptunia. In Neptunia, if you wear glasses, you evil. But he did. Where the glasses light up. Sparkle. He's a busy man. Excuse me? What's his problem? Looked like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. He appeared to be the arrogant type. Maybe, I get the feeling Specs there can hold his own. Did you notice a weapon strapped under his left arm? Wait, he had a weapon? I didn't even see it. What? That's fabulous. Impressive observation, Randy. I detected it with my sensors. Carried a large handgun, military grade, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. Dang, guys. You two are amazing. I just managed to catch it out of the corner of my eye. More importantly, should we not head inside and greet the lawyer? I need to know what time CVS Pharmacy opens tomorrow. CVS Pharmacy. Hours. Saturday? I want Saturday hours. I want Saturday hours. Show me Saturday hours. 'Cause I forgot to pick up my medication. 9 a.m. Saturday. Okay. Good. I can pick those up before I need to go to therapy tomorrow. Yay! Should we not head inside and greet the lawyer? Oh yeah, we should probably do that. Sure he's busy, we should still go ahead and introduce ourselves. I keep having to do like random side things, so apologies. Ooh, you can now pay to elevate your message in Twitch? What? You can have your message hang out for... Okay, that's crazy. $5 for 30 seconds. Okay, that's crazy. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, things were still good. Ow. New artwork is coming along quite nicely. Want to say that. I'm excited. I'm excited to show everybody the new artwork when I can actually show everybody the new artwork. Forget something, detective? Mistook you for someone else. Welcome to Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, I need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. Poor look quite young. Have you gotten in some trouble with loans? Perhaps you're looking to open a business together. Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. Guy's got a lot of energy for an old man. So this is the famous Grizzly Grim. Hey, the rumors are true. Hold on. I'm taking a closer look. I can't help but feel I've seen you somewhere, young man. One of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood. Wow, you remember me? That's right, I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings. Ah, so you did live here. That explains why you look so familiar. Wait. Bannings? You could be Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than knew him, Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important. Come on in. You can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Is he a bear? I mean, everyone calls him Grizzly Grim. He could totally be a bear. Where are my manners? I am Ian Grimwood, lawyer and head of this law firm. I was wondering when we would make the special support section that Sergei told me he was putting together. Ah, yes. Now I think about it, I read an article in the Crossbell Times about you. Certainly showed diligence and spunk right out of the gate, didn't you? Sounds like our first job may have been a little exaggerated. So Guy's younger brother is a police officer now, too. My, how wonderful. I can only imagine it's Adios's will. Can I ask you what your relationship was with my brother? His lover. Well, the same one I expect you and I will now have. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. Sure, you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. So I'd wager he ended up helping me far more than I was able to help him. Wait a moment. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? What the hell, man? Why didn't you tell us about him? Sorry, guys. I guess it never came up. Guy's no longer with us. He was killed in the line of duty. About 3 years ago now. That explains why you left Crossbell. What happened to Guy was truly tragic. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. Is that so? Well, let's put that aside for now. It's not why we've come here today. Mr. Grimwood, we've explained our situation to you. Is there anything you can share with us pertaining to Rivace or its recent activities? Huh. There's a name surrounded by nothing but sinister rumors. Legal dealings with both the Empire and the Republic. The selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering, weapon trafficking, even operating as a middleman for hiring Jaegers. I'd say it's more than likely they did take advantage of Crossbell's unique situation to aid them in each and every one of their long list of crimes. It means as while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbell's political foundation is quickly deteriorating, right? Well put, Crossbell and politics are currently in an extreme fragile state. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or the Republic, and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. Wow, he speaks no positivity about politicians. Nah, I don't blame him. Even some kind of legislation to crack down on Rivace was proposed, it would never pass. There are simply too many Diet members in their pocket. For real? Damn. Unfortunately, he's correct. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I'd like to admit. That's likely the main reason the police can't touch him. The issue seems quite complicated, or perhaps I'm simply too young to understand. Does this mean Rivace can commit any crime they want with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If the government were to turn a blind eye to any obvious crimes on their part, I'm sure it would send Crossbell and our surrounding nations into an uproar. Therefore, Rivace has been careful to avoid directly interfering with the citizens' daily lives. However, as long as they don't actually cross that line, the CPD won't lay a finger on them. They've overlooked many of Rivache's smaller crimes, but they can't see what they've added all up to. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind all this neon lights, there's demons lurking in the shadows. I can only wonder what information is inside those highly classified documents. Corruption is a bitch. It sure as hell is. You can only wonder what sort of information those highly classified documents. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Rivache. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Could you explain? I hear that even the CPD has only just acquired this intel, but apparently a new faction strong enough to oppose Rivache has recently surfaced. And by all accounts, they're quite powerful indeed. Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? No, this new faction is a threat to Rivache because they're looking to bring him to justice. They're a threat because they're in the same line of business. Ooh, shit. You see, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter, and it's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. I know who it is! What? You're certain of this? Yes, previous rumors on this organization turned out to be true, so I've note to be skeptical now. They're called Heiyue. Heiyue! Just recently, a new commercial unit registered under the name of Heiyue Trading opened for business in the Harbor District. Heiyue. Heiyu? Heiyu. I'm pretty sure they've said it Heiyue in other games. Right? So it is Heiyue. Like, I'm pretty sure they've said Heiyue in other games. That's why I say it that way. Ooh! You don't own a Pokeball. What is that thing? You can go exclamation point. Yeah. Poke Shop. And then do Pokeball, and then the item number, the amount you want. If you need to know how much money you have, you can look in the extension below the video, or the little button. There you go. What the fuck? You missed it. Things go south at mean a war between organized crime groups. Petty fights we've seen between the street gangs would be nothing compared to that. You're absolutely right. At the very least, there haven't been overt signs of dispute between the two groups just yet. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they began battling each other outside of the public eye. You okay? Nugget? Holy shit, I have 7 Pokemon! Now he can battle. You can do Pokemon battles while you're watching stream. The first division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. Just remember, moves are randomly generated. They aren't assigned, like, for instance, a water-type Pokemon could learn a fire move. Just an example. So, they're randomized. They aren't specific. They're working on that. You can actually watch the whole Pokemon community game get programmed on Twitch. The two, that's fine. First Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. You don't say. Well, they suck. The man of glasses who left when we arrived was... They're extremely special Pokemon. Yes, that was Detective Dudley from the First Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions on the same topic. That must have been horrible for him. Lloyd? You're quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something? Yeah, I still need time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we need to move forward with our investigation. But I could be of assistance. Sergei is always a tremendous help to me, so personally, I'll be praying for your success. Run into any problems, you're welcome to stop by here at any time. So what's the next course of action? Should we go back to the SSS building and sort through the information we gathered? Good idea. But before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we still have to take care of. My hunch about the truth of these incidents is correct. We'll just say we're in for a bumpy ride. Buckle up. I don't know. Did you? Oh, fuck. I gotta turn this shit off. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Do, 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 do. I want that treasure chest. Not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, I'm glad to have voice acting, but I don't know. Hi, Nap. A message, maybe? Oh, it's stuck to the bulletin board. Case however you see fit. Okay, maybe he ran away because his case seemed like a pain in the ass. We cannot rule out that possibility. At the very least, we've been given permission to solve this case however we like. That in mind, what's our next step? Should we review what we know? Definitely. Okay. Can somebody help me with my broken cat? Who loves butt pets? Hi, Neptune. Like, not her actual butt, but like her hip. She loves getting her hips pet. Like her back legs, her hips. She absolutely loves it. She's just a freaking nutcase. This thing needs help. There's my dogs. Or two of my dogs, anyway. This one is Jack. This one's a Parson Russell. So, psycho. Cute and cuddly, but psycho. Yeah. You're psycho. And then you got Big Fluffy, who's just happy to get head pets. He loves them so much. Cable. Cable. Hold on. There's another one. What's up, Cable? Hi. This one is Jethro. This is Jethro. He big beefy boy. This one is Shara, named after this game. This one is Shara right here. This one. This little peanut is Shara. And that one is Cable. She's Cable Babel. Cable. Can you talk for us, Cable? Can you go? Can't get mom those guys. I did name her Shara. Yes, her name is Shara. She's cute and psycho, all at the same time. And she flies around like the Silver Streak. Right, Sausage. She does. She does want all of the attention. All of the attention be hers. Hi, Share Bear. Okay. There, he met my dogs. Start the meeting. The incident took place around midnight 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and the Testaments were ambushed by unknown assailants. Yeah. However, the attacks occurred at two different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. Testament's member was attacked in the alleyway to the west. Saber Viper got messed up in the front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. Exactly. By spacing them this far apart, it prevented each group from immediately learning about the other. Both gangs took their wounded members directly to the back of their respective bases, and victims were moved to the hospital the next day. Weren't the victims transported here in the same ambulance? I can only imagine how much of a shock that was to the paramedics. The gangs, however, weren't aware of the ambulance's passengers. So consequently, each group came to the conclusion that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Whilst both groups rehearse their accounts, chances of either group being responsible for the attack and the other are pretty slim. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. We already have an idea who that third party is, don't we? Uh-huh. One's in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly, the notorious mafia Rivace & Co. According to the intel Gray shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a couple weeks ago. Fortunately, we don't have time to verify the credibility of that. But for now, let's continue the review with the assumption that Rivace was responsible for both attacks. Brings us to the next question. Was their motive? Exactly. Figuring out the answer to that is crucial. Can't figure out their motive, we're all the way back to square one. Hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the two gangs. Must be a line that connects these three dots together. Imagine you already have some idea of what that is, don't you, Lloyd? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course, but I think there's at least one thing that might connect these three factors. The presence of Heiwei! The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Heiwei. Our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? Definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, although what about Heiwei connects these three? In order for them to be connected, there must be some necessity. For example, was it the connection with Heiwei that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable? What you thinking? Well, it's about that necessity that Tio mentioned. What do you think Rivace could do if they found out Heiwei was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Build up their forces pronto, recruit more people, and upgrade their weaponry. Rivace would have no problems getting new weapons given their known smuggling operations. How did they go about recruiting people? Normally, you'd hire Jaegers. It's unlikely in Crossbell's case, given the scrutiny neighboring countries put on us. As long as the non-aggression pact stands, Ereboni and Calvard would never overlook unauthorized Jaegers entering the state. Two Diet factions representing them would likely react the same way too. That's it. Could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined. Can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. There are certain individuals in each gang preventing that, aren't there? Right. I can never see Wazi cooperating with the Mafia. I doubt Wald would bow down to any kind of authority, even Rivace. But he's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So they realize this and plot to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we're doing is bringing the facts together and trying to make sense of them. Look at you being all modest. Reasoning was sound and logical. Clearly your detective certifications are well earned. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So everyone, next move should be explaining the theory of those two, don't you think? Hey, sure do. Walled Whales and Wazi Hemisphere. Leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Mystic Moonlight. Oh, this is rich. Pretend to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard. Must think you're so damn clever. Bring it on, pretty boy. For a fight, I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know, I'm always up for a bit of late-night wrestling. But alas, I'm a mere guest at this rendezvous. What does that mean? You'll see, they just arrived. You punks. Sorry to keep you waiting. Pleasure to be here. So what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? I don't know if fun is the right word, but I'm sure you'll find it interesting at least. What are you two going on about? You're such a simpleton. Surely you remember the incidents that occurred 5 nights ago. You're here to tell us who they believe the culprit was, obviously. What do you mean? Impressive deduction. I assume you already had your own suspicions. At first I wondered if any of my members had perhaps acted out of line. To sort things out, I realized something was off in the whole situation. Goes for the Saber Viper side too. Sadly, that's as far as my deduction can take me. I know there are still gaps in our theory, but would you like to listen to what we found? Wazi is smart! I'm not going to be on long, because I'm freaking tired after working on my computer for an hour and a half trying to get it to work. I was going to try being live at 6:30, or 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere in there. Shara! Knock it off. Keep it short. Waste a minute of my time and I'll bash that baby face of yours in. Sure is like, what did I do wrong? You are a 5-month-old puppy trying to show dominance to a 3-year-old male who is like 4 or 5 times your size. You're the worst, Shara. You're the worst. Sounds about right. Fitting for her name. My my, how unexpected to think that we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course. After all, Ravache sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked to work for them, promising us the moon and stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on their merry way. Settles things with one of them. So, Wald, I assume the Mafia paid you a social call as well? Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like. Sent them packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. I'm postponing our duel. First we gotta warm up by crushing some smug mugs off those mobsters. Such a short temper. Last time there was merely a jest, but you really are a simpleton. You know perfectly well you don't stand a chance in the Mafia on your own. Just imagine, leader of the Saber Vipers, wild whales, waltzing into the Mafia's sights like a pig to slaughter. You won't stand a chance. Maybe you could survive, but what about your poor little vipers? Can they catch bullets with their teeth? And what do you propose we do then, you bony wise ass? Really liking the graphics in this game so far. They're good. As a remaster, they're good. It's all a shame of having our men hurt like that, huh? Of course not. I believe that only a small part of the Mafia was actually involved in this little scheme. As such, there's no need to take the whole organization on. Just a handful of them who have it coming. Shara! Cable, I know, she's not leaving you alone either. Require your help though, Walt. My help? Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law... Oh, relax. If anything illegal happens, you'll be right there to stop it. After all, you're helping too. We're doing what now? This isn't your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown. Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I'll claim that it makes your obligation to gently persuade the Mafia into leaving us all down there alone for good. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Don't quite understand either. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. It's only natural to see this case through. He is too smart for his own good. 3 days passed. Confrontation between the rivals gangs died down, fortunately. Downtown district was enveloped in an atmosphere so tranquil it bordered on eerie. Then... way too quiet around here. Through all those effort, and those dumbasses haven't torn each other apart? Don't worry. Those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know what hit them. All we gotta do is find another underling or two and beat the crap out of them. Blue or red don't matter. As soon as you see one, kick his ass.
時間はない。とっただし。
Be sure you don't kill him.
させるか。
Lloyd!
何？
Nani? Man, I'm honestly a little shocked. Didn't really think he'd fall into our trap so easily. Who the hell is this guy? Tell you the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already, but I'm not sure the force will find just this one sting operation sufficient evidence to hold you. I have to let you go this time. This guy's with... He's a cop? Not to worry, boys. He's just a special helper. You serious? How the hell did they fall for this? Lloyd's prediction was impeccable. You alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock-absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Damn it! Well then, gentlemen, that raises a question. What will your next move be? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or if you prefer, we can do the hunting this time. That may prove entertaining. Two of you, come with me. Ozzy. Hold on a second. Crap! Who are we gonna do? I have to remember this choice, I'm sure. Cat, don't you dare. Totally not important for anything later in the game. Not at all. Just let the cat decide. Wouldn't be bonding points or anything like that. Nope, not at all. Yeah, I know they're popping fireworks off. I heard them. Cable heard them. Cable's sitting in my door like, Mom, come to bed. It's bedtime. Well, they were doing it tonight, too, so... Oh, no. See, I gotta get up early because I have to run to the pharmacy, pick up some pills. Because I are out. And like a dumbass, I forgot to get more. Choose who I want? Okay. Ellie or Tio? Let's go. Ellie! The power of anime booba.
分かったわ。
合点承知の助だ。
くそ、まさか腰抜けの警察が出張ってきてるとは。こうなったら一旦戻って待て。この死体。
Damn.
はい。
どこに行くんだ？
いつの間に。
次ですね。
あと。間抜けが仕方ない。
ご苦労。
No dice.
いつの草。
ここまでだ。
Got nowhere to run.
振り回してくれ。
そろそろ観念したかい？
ガキどもが俺たちプロを本気にさせいぜい降伏。
Hope you don't live to regret it.
どうやら君たちの援護そっちか。
来るわ。
Let's do it.
行くぞみんな。行くよ。
Except I'm gonna get stupidly fucked because I only have... Unless Wazzy has a way to...
行くぞ。さてと。行くぞ。
Right?
私の番ね。
甘いね。やれやれ。よし。
さてとそこ。
よし。それ。僕の番か。
私の番ね。そこ。
よし。そこだ。任せてくれ。
任せて。
There's one down.
僕の番か。行くぞ。行くよ。さあ、行くぞ。じゃあ、まだまだいける。
ガキどもが。
Damn kids.
使っていた銃も最新の軍用拳銃みたいね。
It appeared to be using a military-grade firearm too. The newest model manufactured in Arabonia, if I'm not mistaken.
密貿易で扱っている武器のそれにしても君のあの倒れ方どうに言ってたじゃない。
Played bait perfectly. Plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? Aww. Right? Right?
おとりなんて役目。
Wasn't about to let anyone else put themselves in harm's way.
それで危険な
You
お取り
volunteered
役を
to
買っ
take
て
the
出
role
る
of
の
bait
も
for
こっち
yourself.
は気が
I
気
was
じゃなか
worried
ったの。
sick, you know. Sorry, Ellie. Soft-hearted nature of yours is going to cause problems in the future.
そういう
Though I don't necessarily find that
個人
part
的
of you
に
to
は
be a
嫌いじゃない
turnoff.
かな。え
Huh?
と
Anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. Cooperation has been much appreciated. Cocky little. Where do you get off acting like you've won? Now you've done it, you sons of bitches. Esteban, you made an enemy of Rivache. Damn rookies will rue the day. You will rue! Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. Gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags and beat the absolute piss out of you. Try not to get carried away, okay? You guys are professionals. They could bite back stronger next time if you mess with them too much. Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves, shall we? Doubt pros like yourselves would want your bosses to find out you got your asses handed to you by a bunch of brats like us. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well now, would it? Get bent, asshole. You'll be too arge under if we are taking you seriously. My, I'm no lawyer, but if you ask me, it's probably in your best interest to bow out now. Grace? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my new favorite rookies these past few days, and much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Oh, shut it, Grace. There's some bitch from the local reg. You think you can take Rivache on? Circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this, I can't make promises. Yeah, standard issue threat. Got it. Fair enough. You should be the ones that are worried about keeping your promises. Wouldn't be in hot water now, would we? Crossed the line again, and a little birdie told me you might find the bracers on your tails. Bracers. This is a little FYI. Arios will strongly consider taking over this case. Naturally, being as in demand as he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. Figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. Keep tabs on us. She's a fan of Arios, isn't she? Do I get to punt her off a roof? I would like to. We out of here. Heard my fair share of his exploits. Didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the mafia packing. Screw it, show's over. Get your asses moving, we're leaving. Yeah, half the child population of Crossbow. Yep. Divine blade of wind this. Divine blade of wind that. Me. Couldn't have done it without your help, so I'm assuming this means mission accomplished for you. I suppose so. The original mission was to only stop the one fight between you and your gangs a few days ago. Anyway, shouldn't have a reason to go to war with Wald anymore, right? What are you two going on about now? What? The Mafia's involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. We're still going to view each other as a blight on our territory, and that won't change. Because it was clearly me who saved the kid's ass and found him. And then... Divine Blade of Wind! Regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now. Wanna hold our future fights out of hand, you're getting more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you could even join in one of our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. I don't get the impression he's joking in the slightest. Well, then I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let's return, Abbas. An incorrigible group of men. Even be there, a bunch of hot-headed dudes ran for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. More importantly, we successfully resolved our mission. Isn't that right? Let's go! Oh, she knew his brother. Job, yup. Let's return to the SSS. Yep. Crossbell's seedy underbelly. It's true. Yeah, my eyes are getting tired. How about it, Lloyd? Protect civilians above all else. The Bracer's Code is admirable, but has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, collusion between the Mafia and the government. These are all problems that lie outside the Bracer's jurisdiction. So even the supporting gauntlet has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right those wrongs. Countless barriers may stand in our way, but the possibility of getting over them isn't zero. The possibility is never zero. I stand barriers. That's true, we're inexperienced. As long as we stick together, no matter how hard they may be, there's a single barrier we can't overcome. Cheesiest speech yet. I think you're fine the way you are. True, the SSS was created under some complicated circumstances. It's your guys' job to decide where you go. Use this division however you see fit. I might not be able to give you much direct assistance with your missions, but if you end up pulling some crazy stunt to take off HQ, I at least toss a bone and cover for you guys. Laziness. I'm gonna sit back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. Alright. I got through the prologue. I'm heckin' tired. There will be a longer stream tomorrow. I pinky promise. I won't be starting until afternoon though. And then probably going till like 5 or 6. So much longer stream. And then Sunday as well, there will be a lengthy stream while my husband sleeps. Alright. Toodaloo, friends. Okay, bye.